In this video, I'm going to show you why the popular advice, follow your heart, can be dangerous and when you should absolutely not follow your heart. If you've ever found yourself torn between your heart and your mind, this video is just what you need. So let's dive in. This is Sarah, a kind-hearted, spiritual, sensitive, and empathic person. One day, Sarah meets a guy named Mark at a party. He's charming and charismatic, and he makes her feel like she's the most special person in the room. They begin dating, and Sarah feels hopeful that he just might be the one. As their relationship progresses, though, Sarah starts noticing troubling signs. Mark's demeanor changes, and he begins to exhibit narcissistic tendencies. He gets mad when she doesn't do what he wants. He says insulting things about her weight and the way that she dresses. He exerts control over her decisions. He questions her loyalty to him, and he gets jealous when she even smiles at the waiter. And then he also uses guilt, shame, and blame to manipulate her. But when Sarah loves, she loves hard and she falls fast. So despite the red flags, Sarah finds it difficult to walk away from the relationship for these reasons. One, because she believes that her love for Mark can change him. She believes in the good in him and thinks that if she gave him more love, he'd finally see the light. She's read a million self-help books, and she understands that the reason he's this way is because his parents didn't show him the love and worth that he needed. So she believes that if she could show him love, he'd be a better person. The second reason is because she believes that their love is strong enough to overcome any challenges. Another reason is because her heart clings to the beautiful moments they shared together in the beginning, and also their beautiful moments now. Even though they're less often, they still do have some beautiful moments. She clings on to these, hoping that these things will improve with time. Her heart yearns for the person Mark used to be, and is not willing to admit that the reality of the situation is quite different now. And the other reason is because her heart craves someone to love and to love her. You see, your heart wants to love. That's all it wants. It wants to love. It doesn't matter if it loves someone who's good for you or someone who's bad for you. It just wants to love. That's what your heart does. Your mind and your gut tell you whether someone is good or bad for you. Your heart tells you it just wants to love and be loved. It doesn't matter whether it's healthy or toxic. When it comes to this situation, it's not a good idea to follow your heart and stay in the relationship. Sarah doesn't have to ignore her heart, but she can allow her heart to love Mark from afar. She can bless him for the lessons that she's learned by being with him and wish him well on his journey and say goodbye. She doesn't have to cut off her love for him. She just has to cut off her relationship with him, the toxic relationship. If she doesn't, she'll follow her very soft heart and remain committed to this relationship, even though it's toxic and damaging to her well-being. She'll eventually become a shadow of her former self, and she'll feel emotionally drained, confused, and an underlying sadness or depression will start to infiltrate every part of her life in the same way that Mark did, slowly, insidiously, and consciously. Her once vibrant spirit will dim, she'll lose sight of her authentic self, and she'll feel trapped in a cycle of emotional hypervigilance and survival. And that's why it's dangerous to follow your heart sometimes, especially in a situation like this. All right, if you enjoyed my silly drawings, if you loved what you saw and you learned a thing or two, hit the subscribe button below. And also, I want to know, can you relate to this story? Was there a time in your life when you followed your heart and it just didn't turn out the way you hoped? I'd love to hear about it. Just share it in the comments below. Your comments not only help me to know that I'm on the right track to creating content that you like, but it also helps others to hear about your experiences so that they can learn from them and also know that they're not alone. So thank you for your comments. Thank you for watching, and I appreciate you subscribing, sharing, and caring. Bye.